Is it too late to buy XRP now? How much XRP do I need to become a millionaire? How much XRP do I need to retire? These are some of the questions that I'm starting to get now as more and more newbies are coming into XRP. I particularly got a question that I found quite interesting. Is someone who just stumbled on XRP and they asked if it's too late, if they'd missed the boat. Well, my knee-jerk reaction, of course, is no, you haven't missed the boat. But of course, the answer is a little bit more nuanced than that. So in this video, I'm going to go through a whole bunch of explanations, answers, thought processes, etc. regarding these questions. None of this stuff is financial advice, of course. Do your own research. I am just accessing, my own experience, my own life situation, my own opinions, etc. So if that's something that's valuable for you, then let's talk about it. Okay, so the first thing you have to think about, of course, is who is asking the question. XRP is something different to different people. So the answer indeed is actually more bespoke. The answer is more unique to the person, more sort of customized to your situation. So depending on who you are, your answer is different. So apart from who you are, your age, your financial situation, how much money you already have, how much life you've got to go, because, if you're a bit older, you might not have as much time ahead of you, but you might have achieved a little bit more in life. Perhaps you're a little bit more settled. You already have your own house, etc. Or are you a 21-year-old who's just setting out in life, who's looking at things to do in the future? Perhaps you need money to pass on to children at a later date. Maybe you want to think about your later life when you're raising children, sending them to college, whatever. So all of these things are different for each person, and depending on who you are, your answer is of course different. Now let's forget about all those for now and just think about the numbers, right? So if someone asks me, I am looking for 100x in a token for this bull run, have I missed the boat at $2.50 XRP? I would say more yes than no. Yes, you have missed the boat, because if you look at the price of XRP in the past few months or even years, had you bought XRP just even a few months ago at just under 50 cents, you would have already done a 5x. So 100x is only a 20x to go. Right? Now, 20x is more realistic than 100x and definitely more achievable than 100x from here. 100x from here would mean the price of XRP would have to be $250. A 20x from here is $40 something, right? $40 something at the height of the bull run in 2025, when all the stars have aligned, when the switch has been flipped, of course, is fathomable. Now, if you're talking about in the longer term, so cycles to come, decades to come, then you haven't missed the boat in any way, shape or form. Let's say you're again in your early 20s and you've got years ahead of you, starting to dollar cost average now into something like XRP, you can only win big in future, right? Not financial advice, of course. Do your own research. So let's expand the graph a little bit to, the old times, right? Now, I think there's something inaccurate about this graph because it doesn't actually show us the all-time highs, but this is deceptive. See, XRP didn't achieve any all-time highs last bull run, and it achieved it 2 bull cycles ago. So all-time high price is from 2 cycles ago. So it's still chasing the previous all-time highs, which is $3.84. So it is less than 2x from now. It's nearly 40% from here. And of course, we've already achieved $2.85 this year. So we've come as close as 20% from the previous all-time highs. So when that happens and then it enters price discovery, you would be at around 2x already. So you'd have doubled your money. For some people, a doubling of the money in a few months is all they need to pay off a whole bunch of stuff, maybe a car credit loan, or maybe the rest of their mortgage even. You have no idea how much money people have. Someone who has maybe 5 to 10 million to put into XRP, no financial advice, your own research, could double that in a few months to 10 million, which could be completely life-changing for some, right? So everyone is different. How much capital you have, how much risk you're willing to take. So obviously, again, if you had bought with that number of millions just a few months ago, you would have 5x'd your millions, which means you have completely de-risked and you'd been in incredible profit. By the way, when I start my videos and I say XRP millionaires or XRP billionaires, it's because there are actual people in existence that have become millionaires or even billionaires by stocking up on XRP years ago. I know it's hard to believe that people held that long, but there are people. And there are even whales that didn't even stock up on XRP that long ago. They jumped into XRP maybe 2 months ago, and they participated in this massive pump that we had recently and made away like a bandit. So again, everyone is different depending on who you are. So going forward, what are your ways to becoming a millionaire in this bull run? I think this is what people are after, right? Now, if you consider the fact that you've missed your 100x pump in XRP, perhaps you have $10,000 and you need to 100x that to $1 million, right? In this bull run, not financial advice, do your own research. Now, if you put all of that into XRP, you may get a 10x in this bull run, taking you to, 100,000. Now, you may get a 20x, which will take you to 200,000. Now, that might be enough for you. That might be life-changing for you, again, depending on who you are. That might form a decent capital base for you to then, another 2x that, 3x that in different projects or doing something else, or that might set you up for an even bigger pump in the next bull run. Now, again, there are a lot of people who are saying that XRP is never going to experience a bear market anymore after this. Some people are even saying that crypto generally, or at least a select bunch of cryptocurrencies like the ISO 222 tokens and definitely Bitcoin, are no longer going to participate in the 4-year cycle, because now we have institutions and countries that are buying and stocking XRP and Bitcoin and some of those tokens as an inflation hedge, as some kind of economic strategy to boost their treasury, right? So the United States is definitely going to be doing that. Russia is doing it, and some other countries are doing it. India, Argentina, Brazil, etc. Right? So there is, we might be in a super cycle. Personally, I think we're going to have a dip, all right? We're going to have a bear market. It's kind of the laws of nature at the moment. Some analysts are even calling for an absolutely nasty crypto winter after this one that's going to extend even further than the one we have now. Now, as retailers, not financial advice, do your own research. It is our responsibility to ensure that we survive a bear market, or we go into the bear market with enough capital to participate and take advantage of the bear market, because as I've already demonstrated, the millionaires are made in the bear market when the prices are low, not in the high markets or the bull markets when the prices are high. So you've got to be able to take advantage when the opportunity presents itself in a bear market. And listening to people who are going to tell you that this bear market's never going to come, don't sell, don't sell, don't sell. Not financial advice, your own research, but I find that those people have cost a lot of people potential opportunity to now be financially free. So I remember in 2021, there were so many people who said, this is it, Bitcoin to the moon forever, nothing is going to happen, parabolic run coming, we haven't had a blow off top, blah, 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 blah. Now, had I not made sure that I secured a little bit of capital, to survive the bear market, the nasty crypto winter that we've had in the last 4 years, and to basically feed myself and stuff, pay taxes and stuff, because I paid an insane amount of tax in 2021, all right? Had I not planned for that, that tax would have completely wrecked me, because I would have had to sell off all my crypto during the 99% dump that a lot of them had. So you've got to be clever. You've got to either just not sell at all so you don't have tax problems. But if you're going to sell and take advantage of some of these moves, then you have to think about taxes. I know a lot of people are going to comment in my comment section and say tax is theft, you're foolish, da, da, da. Each to their own. If you want to break the law of the land that you live in, that's your problem. I'm not going to say that to people. Personally, I pay taxes. I don't like it, but it's the law and I comply with the law. It's to each to their own. If that's something that upsets you, then be upset, right? Anyhow, so you've got to think about yourself and think, look, I might get a 20x. Is a 20x, is a 10x enough for what I want? Am I trying to retire? Am I trying to, gain generational wealth for my children, my grandchildren? Am I trying to, do I just need to pay off some debt? Am I, 60, 70 years old and I just want a nice pot to enjoy my retirement and my last few decades on the planet, if you have that many, to actually just live a little, travel a little. I love my job, say, and I just need some extra money to boost the wages and give me a nicer time, an easier time, pay off some debt, help some family members, something away for medical emergencies. But everyone is different. So don't listen to these moon people on the internet who are themselves already millionaires and who are just making even more money on YouTube and X, making videos, getting paid for that. Like I said before, if you had just purchased XRP 5 years ago at 20 cents, at 19 cents. Now you've done over a 10x, right? And congratulations, you've outperformed anything else outside of crypto that you could have invested in and pretty much just sat there and did absolutely nothing. No need to, invest more, no need to do anything at all. Just you bought the tokens at 20, went away, lived your life for 5 years, came back, you're not 10x, in profit. Nothing else. That's outperformed absolutely everything. It's outperformed Bitcoin. It's outperformed Ethereum. Everything's been outperformed. And it hasn't even reached its all-time highs just yet. So $2.32 as it is now, I think personally, no financial advice, do your own research. It's a great price to get into XRP with the future that is ahead. We don't have crystal balls. We don't have a time machine, so we can't travel back to when it was 5 cents or 15 cents. Best time to plant a tree, as I say, is, decades ago. The next best time is now, right? Now, if we were at the height of a parabolic run, let's say this was year 2021 or 2025, and XRP, say for instance, had run up to $100, I wouldn't get into XRP at that point, because if there's a bear market, it would pull down 50, 40%, whatever, then you'd have to wait the next 4 years to 5 years to break even again, when you could just wait for the crash and then get in. This is what I would have done 2021, for instance, with Bitcoin, with Solana, whatever. But you would need a crystal ball to tell you which one to get into, which one to get out of, and when, right? You can never time the top. Nobody can. All you can do is set targets. Once your targets are met, you execute on the target emotionlessly. This is what the whales do. This is what the big investors do. And then don't care what happens after that. So let's say you get your 10x, you get your 20x, you exit, then it does another 10x from there. Kudos, you've made your money. Other people made more than you. So what? You've hit your target, happy. Because you know why? If that had gone the other way and it done a minus 20x or a 99% crash, you would be in a very bad place. Okay. So what are the roads to 100K from now to 2025? Again, the best road to 100K is to have bought months ago or even years ago in 2022, 2023. By now, you'd be 50x up in many of these tokens. You'd only need 2x to achieve your 100x. Again, without that benefit, we now have to look at projects that are small enough, okay, to do a significant pump in the coming bull market. Now, before we talk about that, I wanted to mention the fact that XRP right now is printing some really bullish signals on the charts. So the direction it's moving at the moment is up and not down. Financial advice, do your own research. If you're waiting for it to dip lower than $2 once again for pumping, you may be waiting a while, because according to some of the analysts that I'm looking at, everyone is predicting XRP, even in the short term, as in within a month, to be targeting anywhere between $4 and $6, right? So here's one chart and it's showing a target of 5.85. Here's another one that is showing a target of $4. So these are two different independent analysts, and everyone is looking at Fibonacci levels or whatever. Everyone is showing $4 to $6 sort of range, right? And I am quite confident that that is the direction that we're going. Might do a little micro dip due to Bitcoin doing its thing, maybe, but in the short term, no. Definitely by January and the inauguration time of Donald Trump in the United States, we should be looking at closer to $5, maybe even $6. And at that point, a lot of XRP army people that have been holding for so long would be in incredible profit. Everybody would be in profit because we'd be above the previous all-time highs. Apparently, there's some resistance at $2.52. I don't know why. But once we break through that, it's going to be a rally apparently to $4 and then to $5 or $6. At which point, I expect a lot of people to sell their XRP, because at that point, a lot of millionaires are going to be formed at $5, $6 type of range. Another range is the $10 range, a double-digit range. That is a psychological resistance. A lot of people are going to sell, because a lot of people have that $10 target in mind to get out of XRP and actually make some money after so long. Personally, I might start to sell a little bit around that $5 range, because the profit would be nice at that point, to be honest. But I'm not going to sell everything. I'm just going to lay out slowly until I hit my sell targets. I'm going to leave some in there forever to participate in the passive income that is going to come, and obviously to participate in the incoming infinite pump. All right, let's get back to the 100x proposition. So let's say you didn't buy, you're getting it now. Right, let's forget XRP for now. Let's say you don't even know about XRP. You're looking for a 100x token. Now, if you found a 100x token, which is really, really rare, you would be putting all your eggs in that one basket, and you may do 100x. You may. Chances are you won't. Okay, you have to wait for 3 or 4 cycles for that. Alternatively, you can find 2 10x's. Very, very easy to find. 2 different 10x's that are going to 10x at a different time. Now, again, with the absence of crystal ball to tell us which 2 tokens are going to do exactly this at different times, let's look backwards, right? Let's say in early 2022, when everything nosedived and there was this massive FTX FOMO on Solana, and Solana dipped to something like $8. I remember basically my Solana holdings crashing 90%. Let's say you had gone in with your $10,000 into Solana. Since then, Solana has done a 10 to 20x. Okay, let's call it a 10x. Then sold your Solana. Okay, you've done your 10x. Then you pivoted your money, you cycled it into, I don't know, not XRP, because XRP has taken its time, right? So you cycled it into BNB or even something like Pepe coin, which then did another 10x, at which point you've done 100x. But only 2 coins done 10x's each. No one coin had done 100x. Obviously, meme coins done 100,000 x's since then. The problem with meme coins and some of those micro caps is there's no liquidity for you to actually exit. If you made $1 million on some random hat coin and you try to exit, you will crash the market so hard that you won't get that much money out, right? The market will absolutely nosedive, and your slippage, if you're doing DeFi, will be so great that you would not make anywhere near the profit that you actually thought you made, right? So big caps and the mid caps have liquidity, and this is why I've picked something like Solana and say Pepe coin, Solana and Shiba Inu, Solana and Bonk, say one of the memes on Solana. Now, another easier way of doing that is finding 4 tokens that are going to do 2x, 5x, 2x, 5x. Okay, so again, this is quite risky, and each time you pivot from one crypto to the other, it's a taxable event. So you have to keep that in mind, that when you do get to your target, you think about the taxes that you now have to pay because you've moved from one crypto to the other, providing you're making profit each time you move, which is the whole point, right? So let's say you move from Solana, does a 2x, it does a 5x. You then move to Chainlink, which does a 2x. Then you move to Avalanche, which does a 5x. Then you move to XLM, which does another 5x, right? 2x. You're now over 100x. See how that happens? The multiplication factor, very powerful in crypto, which is why whales cycle their money down from Bitcoin, make their profit in Bitcoin, then they buy XRP, they buy BNB, they buy Ethereum, they buy Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, then they harness those pumps, and then immediately they pivot down to, and they just go down the ladder, and whales go as far down as 100 tokens, but most of them stay in the first top 10 tokens. Some whales cycle down all the way. Most of them stay where there's liquidity, right? That is why we have this trickle down things happening. Why don't they just sink their money in the low coins immediately? They want to harness that multiplication factor. But if they were to just buy in all of the tokens where they're low, just get the 10x's, the 20x's, right? But if they layer it down and trickle down, they can get 100, 1,000, 100,000 x's, right? That's how it works. No financial advice, do your own research. Final way that you can reach 100x, but it's the most risky, of course, as we've demonstrated in the past few weeks, even if you're not paying attention, is leverage. Okay, this is why a lot of traders play leverage, because it's a quick way to win a lot of money very, very quickly. So for instance, let's say we had a sudden pump in XRP. XRP does a 5x like it's done in the last month. So you had a long on for 20x. So that's a 5 times 20. That's 100x. In 1 month, you could do 100x in your tokens. The danger with that is, of course, liquidations. You put a 20x long on, the whales can see it, the exchanges can see it, they can go ahead and liquidate. And when they liquidate, you lose all your money. You don't lose all your profit or go back to your capital, you actually lose the capital. So it's extremely risky. But even though it gives you the possibility of making a lot of money really quickly, and a lot of whales do it because they have a stash of money, right? So a whale that has $3 billion in the bank afford to take $10 million on long, right? A 5 to 10x long, make a killing. If they lose the 10 million, it's no skin off their back, right? If they win it, that's another $1 billion for them. They whack it in the bank, rinse and repeat. This is why in this world, you need money to make money. And this is why the whales do what they do. This is why the whales don't want any competition. So if they see that you are approaching their level of wealth with a crazy order that you've put there, they have the ability to liquidate you. They will sacrifice $1 million, prevent you from joining their leagues. That way, they keep their power. That's a whole completely different video. And this has probably gone on a little bit too long. So I hope that answers the questions for some of you guys that are newbies. How do we get to 100x? Is it possible? Yes, it is. It gets more difficult the closer we are to all-time highs. Risk, of course, is more in the bear market because you don't know which tokens are going to make it. The amount of money you put down is less, so it's less risky that way, but more risky in fundamentals. As we approach the all-time highs in the bull run, a lot of the tokens that are going to die are already dead. So the ones that have made it till now are usually the ones that have good fundamentals. Even tokens with rubbish fundamentals will still pump. It means you can get in, get your money, and get out. But more often than not, those that have made it till now are going to survive into the parabolic runs. Even rubbish tokens like Tron and all that are all going to make 10x's, 5x's all over the place. And the ability to pivot from one to the other and understand what's going on, spend time to actually learn the process can make you a lot of money. Not financial advice. Do your own research. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.